All right, go ahead and raise your hands, and I'll get you the mic.
Hey, John, that all seemed better and simpler. What do you want to take from this game and carry forward? What did you like most?
It was kind of a complete game, Starts on the mound with Chris. He was awesome. We played good defense and we hit. It sounds really easy, but at bats up and down, couple sac flies, contact with guys on. Kind of did everything really well today, and the performance from Chris was awesome.
And with the off day, which I'm sure is welcome, heading out in the roads, how do you look back at this homestand here, and what do you look to improve, ramp up this next little bit?
Yeah, you look back, and I think it was 500 at the homestand, and there's some tough losses mixed in for sure, especially this time of year. But ultimately you win a series, and you have a nice off day, and you try to do the same thing, and then some, on the road. So. I think you look at the pitching, if we can have at bats like we did, this series, you look at grinding out a starter and driving a pitch count up, and then, I think just yesterday didn't get the hit we needed to, but today we did. So kind of more of that, and take care of the baseball.
John, offensively, without Bo and Chapman, you've been needing someone to kind of step up and carry some of the load. The bottom part of the lineup did its job today, obviously, but the job that Kirk did, what can you say about him kind of stepping up and seizing that moment?
Yeah, for one, awesome game behind the plate for him. Calling a shutout is not easy to do at this level, but I think just, it looked like Kirky, controlling the zone and getting his best swing off most of the time. So, getting us on the board early is big. I said it a couple of days ago where it's guys that have been here, we're going to rely on them a little bit with Bo and Chap out. And today was a really, really good day from Kirky.
Kirk's looked good the last few games as well. If he can get hot and start hitting like he did last year, what kind of boost would that give you guys going into September?
Yeah, it's huge. You look at that position between him and Jano, and it's, 20 homers and 85 ribbies approximately. It's a really good combo, but Kirky's shown over his career that he's a really good hitter. So if he can get rolling, that's huge, especially right now with the other two guys out.
John, not that going into the season we expected you guys to win by a touchdown on a regular basis, but the 3 wins in this homestand did seem to be a more of a that's what we thought we had here than we've seen earlier in the season. What do you take out of that?
Yeah, I just love that that's how the guys came out. It's you try to put whatever has happened up to this point, you put it behind you. You could say we haven't played as well as we wanted to. You could say we've missed some opportunities. Yeah, we have, and I think everyone owns that, myself included. So the fact that they came out and kind of just kept pushing forward is great. I just love the way that the guys came. We talked about guys coming in and having a chance to step up and help us out. Ernie and it's you can't really underestimate the fact that him and Davis were sitting in AAA, and now they're here being impact players for us. Only one mic today?
John, back to Bassitt for a second. When you're watching him dominate like that, what's going through your head?
A lot of good things going through my head. You're thinking about an off day. You're thinking about how we can kind of preserve the bullpen if needed. Pitch count is never really an issue with Chris. He's really good at communicating how he's feeling in between innings. But, I think defense was really good behind him. I thought that his breaking stuff was really, really good today and used it in the right counts, where he has been kind of fastball heavy to especially left-handed hitters today. So, he stepped up in big moments for us when we kind of needed it, and today was another example.
Winning series has sort of been the minimum for you guys. Is there any, trick or way that you can kind of get on a roll and put together a bunch of wins in a row? Because it feels like that's sort of what you guys have been missing maybe this year.
Yeah, you want to win the series, but I think that, we're at the point now with the runway being a little bit shorter where you got to, winning a series is the absolute minimum that we have to do. There's going to be times where you sweep a team. Hopefully it's consecutive series in a row and you get on a nice little roll. And again, I know it sounds funny, but there's still a lot of games to be played, so you got to kind of take them one at a time. But I think if you can have productive at-bats, productive outs, and have the pitching staff that we do have, it'll put us in a good spot to do that.
And just maybe beginning with Bassitt, but everyone, what does it say about the team that they did come out so well today after how yesterday ended?
I love it. It's the fine line of understanding how these guys operate. You know, I think having a guy like Chris on the mound is huge in a day like today, where it's a quick turnaround, and it was a tough loss yesterday, and him kind of setting the tone. But the rest of the guys, you know, they've been around and they know how to kind of, you know, push go, if you will, you know, on a day game. So I think having younger guys in the lineup is actually a good thing on days like today. You guys all saw how Ernie was coming off the field after the pickoff at second, which was a huge play. And it kind of just lights a little bit of fire.
Hey, John, September baseball right around the corner here. Does this team seem ready to you to take that next step?
Absolutely. You know, injury bug hit at a not great time, and that happens to teams throughout the course of the year. But, you know, just listening to them, talking to them, we know that, you know, our best baseball is still probably yet to be played consistently. And, you know, I love the way that they came and competed this series in particular. And, you know, they're going to be all in going forward. And it feels, you know, it feels way nicer going into an off day with a long flight, knowing that the guys are in that spot.
Kind of along the same lines, you pretty much got to play 600 ball to feel comfortable. What is the message just to this group with, you know, the last 5 months where they come from and, you know, 1 month left?
It's everything is in front of you. You know, whatever has happened is done, and you can't get that back. So it's having the right mindset every day when you come to the field. It's not taking opponents lightly because of what their record is, and it's executing what we're good at. You know, and if we can do that consistently, we're going to be right where we need to be.
John, does anything change with the rotation with the off day tomorrow? Is it still Ryu for Friday?
Yeah. So yeah, rotation's the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
John, as you mentioned, you have to look forward now, but does it surprise you at all that this team is in the position it's in at this point, heading into September, having work to do just to get into a playoff spot?
It's baseball, you know. I think, you know, around the league, there's a lot of good teams, and expectations are set at the beginning of the season, and, you know, you either meet it, you fall short of it, or you exceed it, you know. So I think just right now in the next month, we're just trying to be, you know, who we are and what we're good at. But we firmly, you know, believe from the start of the season that we are going to be in a playoff race, and that's exactly where we are. We do have a little bit of, you know, extra work to do, I think, because of what has happened, but all we can control is going forward.
Colorado can be a daunting place, obviously, to pitch. Does it help to have Ryu, the first one out there, who's pitched there so often?
Probably. You know, I think that, you know, it is a little bit different, and once you get there and get settled into the altitude and see how the ball moves, it's going to, you know, it is a little bit different. You know, we were there, I think, in 2019, and yeah, it is a little bit different, but I think, you know, him being there and the way he's going to pitch will be kind of a good bar to set for everyone else.
And just back to, you know, you've talked about how things are going to come around all season long, and you finish August at about 300 for the month with runners in scoring position. Did you see a change there? Have you seen something? I mean, today was big, but over the course of the month?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that it's a weird thing where all you can ask is you keep getting guys on base, right? And you trust the guys that are here that are going to be playing a lot. So I think guys are swinging the bat with intent, which is great, you know, and getting balls that they can hit hard in the right part of the zone. I think that's been a little bit different over the last week or so. But, you know, contact is almost at a premium in those spots. And, you know, I think over the last week, it's been apparent that you put the ball in play, good things happen.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.